Welcome back, folks. Today we'll be showcasing another classic Filipino dish called Beef Tapa. That's right, featuring thinly sliced beef that is traditionally cured with salt and spices and dried under the sun for preservation. In modern Filipino cuisine, it is typically prepared by marinating the beef in a balanced mixture of soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, and sugar, and pan frying it until the meat is caramelized and tender. Yummy! So folks, if you want to learn how to make this savory, sweet, and tangy beef tapa, well, stick around and I'll show you how to make them. So let's get started. Alright folks, let's do this. So for our beef tapa recipe, we're going to be using some top sirloin steak. I like top sirloin steak because not only it's not overly tender, but it's not so tough as well. It's kind of like having the balance of there's still a chew when you use top sirloin steaks. That's very fitting for our beef tapa recipe. So let's go ahead and cut this baby up to small bite-sized pieces. And I got here about 1.5 pounds each. You're gonna make some more because family's gonna love it. I'll bet you that. All right, so let's start cutting them. All right, folks. When you cut this sirloin steak, you can cut them section by section, but make sure you are cutting across the grain of the meat. Why? It makes it more tender. Like I said before, sirloins are known to be tougher steaks. We're just gonna cut them into strips, bite-sized strips. See that? All right, see what I'm doing right there? There you have it. All right, and we're gonna marinate this, folks, so get yourself a bowl. See? All right, I'll go through all this stuff and then I'll show you the next step. All right? Folks, when you make your marinade, make sure you put it in a separate bowl first. That way you have a way to taste the marinade before pouring in raw meat. All right, folks, after cutting our beef, now we have them on our sitting or soaking in our marinade. Our marinade consists of some soy sauce, vinegar. I use some Sprite soda. Helps out tenderize the pork and give that sweetness or unique sweetness to the meat. And also some salt, some pepper, some brown sugar, and I use some MSG as well to give it that savory taste, and a little bit of garlic powder. And now I'm gonna let this sit for 24 hours in the fridge, and then we'll come back, we'll start cooking them, and I'll show you what it looks like when we come back. All right, folks, once we're done marinating our beef tapa, it's time to fry them. So I have my wok here, hot. And all I gotta do is scoop up some of those marinated beef tapa that we have, with all the, including the marinade. So the way we do this is to basically sort of like wet rendering. All right, totally up to you how many you want to do. This is for home consumption, not for sale. All right, when I used to eat this at the restaurant, they give you like what, 5 to 6 pieces of tapa, bite size. Come on, man. But now I'm home, making this at home. I can splurge as much as I wanted to. So yeah, we have this on high heat, all right? And again, we're gonna wet render our beef tapa here until those liquids, the marinades, evaporate, and we start frying them from their own oil. But if we need to, we'll add some oil ourselves. All right? Basically, give them a mix. Facilitate the evaporation process here from wet rendering. All right. I think we have enough here, right? For 2 people? I think so. You know what? This is so good, folks. Maybe we should add some more. There you go. All right, let's go back here. When it starts to sizzle loudly, folks, that means you're getting closer to drying out this rendering, drying up the liquids and the or the marinade that we put in here. All right. We still have our temperature set to high heat. And you'll hear it gets louder and louder, the sizzle. All right. When you get close to that, at this point, turn your temperature to medium. While we fry this up, all right? We don't want to burn them. That's wet rendering process. They'll caramelize because you put brown sugar in them, especially the Sprite as well. Brings that yummy goodness flavor to your beef tapa. And look at those garlic as well there too. You're gonna add some oil. Just enough. All right. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Again, make sure temperature set to medium so as not to burn them. You don't want a bitter tapa or beef tapa. Folks, this goes very well with fried rice, egg, some onions on this, tomatoes on the side. If you have soup, good with sinigang soup as well. All right. Look at that, folks. Look how fried that is. That's what we're going for, folks. That's what we're going for. All right, perhaps we can give this something. Give this a taste here, a sample. Wow. Right on the spot, folks. Right on the spot. Yummy. Tender. Beef tapa. Sweet. Little bit of saltiness in them. That's how you like them. That's how I like them. There you have it, folks. Our beef tapa or tapsilog. I thank you for watching, and until we cook again. Wowza.